Hey everyone, this is Jordan from PictureMonk.com and welcome to another MiMiC video. I really love doing these, not only because it allows me to do some editing, which I really find a whole lot of fun, but it also allows me to give away a free preset for you guys. And I know you guys really like that, so I'm going to go ahead and do another one for you. And this one, I don't think I've done a really nice black and white, so a really nice grayscale monochrome image. So that's what I'm going to do this week. And for this photo, I found this one online here. It looks like a really cool photo, and I want to kind of mimic that style in this photo right here. I have this girl up against the wall. It's kind of the same one as the previous photo, the original photo. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that one and show you the whole step-by-step process. And also, if you go to the link in the description below, you can download the free preset for Lightroom and just have fun with it. So let's go and get started. The first thing we need to do, obviously, is we need to go ahead and change this image to a black and white image. Simple enough. So I'm just going to click black and white, and I think we're good to go there. I don't have to mess with any colors down here to go ahead and, mess with the changing yellows and blues and all that kind of stuff. It just needs to be a standard black and white. So I need to make sure I up the contrast a little bit because it was a very contrasty image. So I don't know if I want to go too far because I get more texture than I want. So I'm going to go right around 30 or so, 29, 30. I do know I want to take my whites and blacks all the way down. And you can see I already get a lot of contrast, even without having the contrast up here. I get a lot of contrast, and this allows me to kind of manually change the contrast. So I'm going to take that up a little bit to roughly there. Now I'm losing a little bit in the shadows. I need to take the shadows up a little bit. Let's go here. I think that's okay. Let's mess with the tone curve because I think that's where I didn't mean to do that. Let's mess with the tone curve so I can see what kind of effect I can give here. I don't know if my standard fading effect will work or not, but I'm going to play with it. There we go. There was a little bit of a fade in the image, so that works out pretty well. I'm going to need to brighten it up. I do know that. But one thing with brightening it up, I could obviously go here and brighten it up and take away most of the contrast that I have, which is okay. But I think I'm actually going to brighten it up using the radial tool, the radial filter here. So I'm going to go over her and just highlight her for a little bit. There we go. And just kind of brighten it up that way. So I'm basically highlighting the subject. And it's actually giving me a very nice vignette feel. So I'm going to scrunch her down a little bit more, take away the highlights. So she kind of blends in. You can see how if I keep the highlights up, she's very contrasty, but I take the highlights down, she kind of blends in. She's kind of muted, but she's still highlighted because I'm using the radial tool there. So let's back the exposure roughly there. Now when I was talking about vignetting, let's go down to the vignette section here, the effects, vignette. Do I want to add a little bit of that? Yeah, because it just couldn't draw your eye right to your subject there. Midpoint, I need to back that in a little bit. Feather, I need to go all the way so it kind of pushes away from the center. And let's do roundness a little bit so it gets a little squished. So I like the way that looks. And so one other thing I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to draw a radial or a gradient filter here. And I'm going to darken that up a little more because you can see in the other image it was kind of dark there. So what can I do to make it a little darker? If I make it too dark with the exposure, it just turns really black, and I don't want that. So right there, it's kind of like a really heavy vignette, and I think that's really cool because she's still highlighted. I can probably go ahead and make her a little more highlighted here, or I can feather it. There we go. If I feather it more, probably need to bump the exposure up a little bit. There we go. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I think that's the image. So with the preset I'm giving you guys, you're going to see I'm going to keep the gradient filters and the radial filter in the same preset. So it's going to download everything. It's going to apply everything on that preset. So if you want to move them, make sure you go up here to the top, click on that and click on the node and move them around in your own photo if you're going to do that. If you don't want them at all you gotta do is click on it and delete it and you're good to go. So let's look at the before and after here. And go to the before and after. You can see we got this photo, the original photo, the color photo of her. Turning it black and white really makes it a good moody shot, and I think it matches the original, the one found online. I think it matches it pretty well. So I hope you enjoyed that quick MiMiC tutorial, MiMiC series video. I always love doing these, and I know you guys do as well. So remember to go to the link in the description below to download the free preset from PictureMonk.com. So this has been Jordan from PictureMonk.com, and I'll see you in the next video.